Every rider eventually faces the moment when their motorcycle's electrics start acting up, flickering headlights, dead dashboards, or a speedometer that suddenly drops to zero. These aren't just mechanical failures, they're the subtle signs of an aging electrical system. The first whispers of trouble after years on the road. For many, the wiring loom is a black box, its mysteries best left untouched, but understanding these symptoms is the first step to regaining trust in your machine. This guide will help you decode those flickers and silences, giving you the confidence to tackle simple electrical issues and restore your bike's reliability. After thousands of kilometers, your motorcycle's story is written in its components. Let's learn to read it. Why do electrical issues so often appear right around 90,000 kilometers? It's a question that puzzles many riders, especially those who take pride in maintaining their bikes, but there's a reason this number keeps coming up. It's not a conspiracy or a flaw in design, it's simply the natural lifespan of components that have been under constant stress for years and thousands of kilometers. Every ride, wires flex and vibrate, their copper cores slowly fatiguing, while the insulation that protects them grows brittle and less effective with age. Moisture sneaks into connectors, sometimes from rain, sometimes from washing, and over time, it causes corrosion that blocks the flow of electricity and weakens connections. Heat from the engine and exhaust bakes nearby wires relentlessly, making them fragile, prone to cracking, and more likely to fail when you least expect it. Over time, these forces, vibration, moisture, and heat, combine in a relentless cycle, wearing down your bike's nervous system and making electrical gremlins almost inevitable. Corroded connections and brittle wires lead to erratic behavior, dim or flickering lights, blown fuses, or sensors sending false signals that can be hard to diagnose. At 90,000 kilometers, the cumulative effect of these stresses finally reaches a tipping point, and that's when gremlins start to show up more frequently. It's actually a testament to good engineering that things last this long, but after so many years and so much use, your bike's electrical system deserves some attention and care. Recognizing these patterns helps you anticipate and address issues before they leave you stranded, so you can keep riding with confidence, even as the kilometers climb. When your bike won't start, or the lights seem unusually weak, it's easy to blame the battery first, and often, that's the right call. But don't be fooled by appearances alone. Electrical issues can be tricky, and sometimes what looks like a dead battery is actually a wiring problem in disguise. A dying battery usually shows clear, consistent symptoms: slow cranking when you hit the starter, dim or fading lights, and sometimes just a single click from the starter relay. These signs rarely change from one attempt to the next. To be sure, test your battery with a multimeter. A healthy, fully charged battery should read around 12.6 volts or a bit higher. If your reading is much lower, especially under load, your battery is likely the culprit and may need charging or replacement. Wiring problems, however, are a different beast. They're unpredictable, like headlights flickering or going out when you turn the handlebars, or electrical accessories cutting in and out for no obvious reason. Sudden power loss when riding over bumps or finding loose, frayed, or corroded wires points to broken connections or damaged wiring somewhere in the system. If your symptoms come and go, or if moving the handlebars, seat, or wiring harness causes the problem to appear or disappear, you're likely dealing with a wiring issue, not a bad battery. Try gently wiggling the wiring harness while the bike is running. If you notice flickering lights or the engine stumbles, you've probably found a hidden fault or loose connection. Think of it this way: a weak battery is a supply issue. It can't provide enough power. Bad wiring is a delivery problem. The power can't get where it needs to go, even if the battery is fine. Learning to tell the difference between battery trouble and wiring woes will save you time, money, and a lot of frustration. With a little practice, you'll be able to diagnose electrical problems with confidence and keep your bike running strong. After 90,000 kilometers, certain electrical parts are notorious for failing. The ignition switch, used every ride, wears out and lets in dust and rain, causing mysterious cutouts. Charging system components, the stator and regulator rectifier, work hard and get hot, leading to undercharging or overcharging the battery. Ground connections, often overlooked, corrode or loosen, causing bizarre symptoms like dim lights or weak horns. Connectors and sensors, especially those flexed by handlebar movement, become brittle or corroded, sending faulty signals. Even a dirty clutch or side stand switch connector can prevent starting. Regularly checking and cleaning these points is essential for reliability. Knowing these common failure spots helps you target your troubleshooting. You don't need a professional workshop or expensive equipment to diagnose most electrical faults on your motorcycle, just a reliable multimeter, a bit of patience, and a willingness to follow a few straightforward steps. Even if you're new to DIY maintenance, these checks are easy to learn and can save you time and money. Start by checking your battery voltage. 12.6 volts is considered healthy for a fully charged battery. Anything less could mean trouble is brewing. With the engine running, voltage should rise to between 13.8 and 14.5 volts. If it doesn't, your charging system like the alternator or regulator may need attention. Next, try the wire wiggle test. While the bike is running, gently flex the wiring harness near the headstock and along the frame. If the engine stutters, cuts out, or if the lights flicker, you've just pinpointed a problem area that needs further inspection. Don't forget to clean your ground points. Remove the main ground cable. Scrub away any visible corrosion with a wire brush and reattach it tightly to ensure a solid connection. Open the fuse box and inspect for blown fuses or corroded contacts, which can cause intermittent electrical issues. Unplug any accessible connectors, check for corrosion, and clean them thoroughly with contact spray. Visual inspection and cleaning often solve issues before you need to dive into more complex diagnostics or consider replacing parts. These simple checks are your first line of defense against electrical gremlins. Often, they're all you need to get your bike running smoothly and confidently back on the road. When electrical problems strike, it's tempting to throw money at the most obvious solution, usually a new battery. But if the real issue is a faulty charging system, the new battery will soon die too. Don't rush to replace expensive sensors or components before checking the wiring and connectors leading to them. A 10-minute cleaning or wire repair can save you from unnecessary part swaps. Avoid high-pressure washers. They force water into connectors, causing hidden corrosion and future headaches. Stick to gentle cleaning and invest in quality branded electrical parts. Cheap replacements often fail quickly, costing more in the long run. Focus on the wiring path before blaming the component. Smart troubleshooting saves money and frustration. Don't guess or replace expensive parts first. Troubleshoot methodically. Start with the basics. Test the battery, clean terminals, and check ground points. Next, inspect fuses and connectors for corrosion or loose pins, and perform the wiggle test on the harness. Only after confirming the basics should you suspect components like the ignition switch or charging system. Use your workshop manual and a multimeter to test these parts. Leave the most complex and expensive items, like the ECU or sensors, for last. They rarely fail. Most big problems are caused by simple faults in the wiring or connections. Follow this logical order to avoid wasted money and effort. Effective troubleshooting is about eliminating the simple causes first. When your high-mileage bike starts acting up, it's easy to feel frustrated or betrayed, but these electrical gremlins are a rite of passage, a sign you've truly used and bonded with your machine. Fixing them deepens your understanding and transforms you from operator to caretaker. Each small victory, cleaning a ground, reviving a light, builds confidence and connection. Most problems have logical causes and can be solved with patience and method. Embrace the challenge, buy a multimeter, consult forums, and start with the basics. Every fix is a step in your ownership story. These issues are normal and manageable, part of the rewarding journey of long-term motorcycle ownership. They make the bike truly yours. As you approach 100,000 kilometers, you face a choice: rebuild or retire your old companion. A rebuild means deeper commitment, replacing wiring, overhauling components, and preparing for another long journey. Or, you may decide it's time to let the bike rest, passing it to a new owner, or keeping it for gentle rides. There's no shame in either path. It's about your connection and what you want from the next chapter. Your recent electrical work gives you the insight to choose wisely. You're no longer just a rider. You're the bike's caretaker and historian. Whatever you decide, you've mastered the ghost in the machine and earned the right to write its future.